Is South Africa's democracy under attack? Well, Defend Our Democracy believes it just might be. It's hosting a two-day conference to discuss this particular issue. And we've got our reporter, Moloko Moloto, who is there and has spoken to various stakeholders who are in attendance about the various issues that have marred South Africa's democracy. What is coming out of the conference so far, Moloko?
Hello, Rafiwa. Well, they call it a strategic conference on democratic renewal and change at a time which they say is critical in our post-1994 democratic era. The conference just got underway. It started yesterday officially. Today it's wrapping up. And of course, at the center here is the future of South Africa. Questions such as whether there are threats and what those threats are: state capture, corruption, political instability, if there is such. More especially because they are even suggesting there has to be political and electoral reforms. But let us speak to the men who opened this conference yesterday. Reverend Frank Chikane, he needs no introduction. Reverend, thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us. What are you, in a nutshell, trying to achieve here?
Well, the people who are gathered here, it's more than 100 organizations represented, more than 300 people. It's to stop the rot that is set in our country beyond just the state capture itself, that the political leadership is not able to take us out of this crisis, and that Parliament also got compromised, and therefore the people are gathering to make sure that we stop the rot, we change the politics, renew our democratic systems, and make sure that by 2024 we make sure that the leaders who get elected are going to represent the people and deal with the challenges that are facing the people.
Yeah, I'll come back to the issue of getting leaders who would take us forward. But I want to challenge you, Rev, because you have served at the apex of public service. I think in 1995, you became a special advisor to the then Executive Deputy President Mbeki. When he became president, you were the DG, until he was recalled in 2008. To your knowledge, beyond state capture, as you say, this cancer of corruption and malfeasance, when did it begin to manifest within public service in particular?
Remember, we found a rotten apartheid system. Firstly, we had to renew that and transform it. And in the process of doing that, 2 years after I'd arrived, and it's in my book, I wrote to President Mandela and said, the old is corrupting the new. If you want to protect yourself as a corrupt person, you corrupt the others around you. And I said we needed to stop it. So corruption didn't start now with state capture. What state capture has done is to neutralize state entities, especially intelligence, police, and capture. The prosecution authority wanted to capture the judges and the parliament. That would actually end up with an Italian mafia type of government, and that's what we needed to stop. So it has grown over time, but with state capture, they just specialized the system.
And in fact, in your opening remarks yesterday, Rev, you did say that this rot was beginning to encroach even into Parliament and even into the judiciary. That is very powerful, particularly when you talk of the judiciary. Is there evidence, perhaps, to say this particular judgment was, indicative of the state capture project?
No, I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it was encroaching into. If you follow court processes now, the commission report, there is an indication that there was an attempt of capturing the judiciary. And I'm not saying a particular judge.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Is this going to end up as a political organization?
No, we're talking about a mass, broad-based movement, and some people will call it social movement, that's going to make sure that the politicians who are elected do what the people want, rather than use their levers of power to enrich themselves.
Thank you very much, Reverend Frank Chikane. Let me allow you to go back into the conference. We will join you, and of course we will be talking to you once more. Well, there you have it, Rofiwa. We are waiting to see what the declaration of this conference at the end will be.